So I just want to show you there's a big difference between what comes on the Capr cart that's in the PACU. You have one stored in the PACU here. They have the short lens. So this is the one that you do not want to use when you're in the OR on a case. That's an open surgical sterile field. So that's why we have the shroud. So this double shroud, you can see it has an inner layer and an outer layer. So that way you have a sterile front from the neck down or so. And all the layers are inside. So basically, you're all familiar with the Capr itself and how it works-ish? Okay.
Need a refresher?
Just a quick overview. So there's an adjustable knob that's kind of like a hard hat or a bicycle helmet. So there's this knob in the back that you can make it larger or smaller. Now, when you go to tighten it on your head, you always want to tip your head a little forward. And if it sloshes on your head, it's too loose, so you're going to want to tighten it. But you want to make sure that you don't tighten it so tight that you start getting a pressure headache. Yeah. So anyways, loosen the back, and then you want to pick your the distance of this suspension device. So you can see there's 4 holes that you can pick from. So someone with a longer face would want to be on the very largest notch, meaning there's the most distance between where this sits, which is going to be right at the back of the occiput. That's where you want this to go. So if you find that it's up here on you, then you need to readjust this and give yourself a little more length. So most people are somewhere in the 2nd or the 3rd notch. And then whatever notch you pick, make sure the other side is the same, so you don't want a crooked fit. The other thing is, some of the Caprs come with this headband attached. Some of them come with it already taken off. Make sure you always have a headband on there. So the Capr drawer will have a supply of fresh headbands to use. So this is the idea of this is it's personal to use, so when you're done with it, you can throw this away, so you don't have to, the next person doesn't have to put it on their face. So you just basically line it up with the Velcro, and it's actually kind of interesting because it doesn't itself have Velcro, but it acts like it does. So if you happen to put it on the wrong way, you'll see it just won't stick. So even though there's no actual Velcro connector, it acts like that. So and then also I've noticed, just a heads up here, the back piece has also a spongy Velcro-y part. Leave this one on because this is cleanable. The other, sometimes people have taken this off thinking this is personal too, and so you don't want this on the back of your head scratching your head. So if you find one that's missing, you can still wear the Capr. I would stick 2 headbands, one on the front, one on the back. So that way you don't have that, because it's going to be digging in there when you move your head around, so you don't want that extra scratch. So the next thing is there's some guidelines here. There's a fan speed for low, medium, and high. So if you want more air, you can turn it up to high. If you want less, turn it down to low. The way it works is the air gets sucked in through this rim of the helmet. There's a filter underneath, the motor's back here. So it's going to draw the air in under, and then it's going to go through the filter, channels the fresh, purified air through these filters right here into your face area, into your breathing zone. And then the lens will trap it, trap the fresh air. This will go under your chin, this part here, and this attaches so that the Capr fits over this part here. So that's sort of the nutshell of how it works. So turning the Capr on, there's no real on. You just plug it in and then it comes on. So there's no extra switch. If you hear one doing this grindy, motory sound, or die, don't use it. Okay, so we'll get a different one. I purposely brought this one on, just to show you that sometimes there's a loose wire connection in here. So if your Capr is grinding or making these sounds, this is a good example of one to take out of service and let CS know that they should not use it. So when you put it on, and you'll notice the lights come on, and there's, let me do that again so everybody can see. Okay, so it's red, green, and yellow, and then it converts to all green. So 3 green lights means pretty full battery. When it drops to 2, 50 to 75% is left. When it drops to 1, 25 to 50 is left. And then if the yellow light comes on, it means there's something wrong with the filter. And if the red light comes on, it means there's battery's getting way too low, so that's the time to get out and change out, get a new battery. So because it's red and green and yellow, for somebody who can't see red and green colors, I would recommend if you see one light come on, get out. You know, because we don't know if it's gonna, which is red, which is green, is it position 1 or 5? Like, just get out if it's 1. So that would be the best thing to do. Okay, so inside the shroud, I don't know if you want to zoom in on this part here. There's actually a little oval-shaped a notch there. So that's what you want to line up, and you'll each see one when you get to yours. You want to line that up with the center post of the capper. So that little, where'd it go? There it is. And then, just like the other capper lenses, there's a little snap on the side that goes over that hook there. And then there's one that goes on this side too. I think when I was showing folks this before, I thought this is like dressing a doll. Like, oh my God, there's all these snaps and gadgets and zipper things. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oopsie. Don't want that to happen. So, got it on. So then, you can pull this down over. Now it's got some snaps around the edges. So these things just snap right on the outside edge. You can see there's a snap that will line up for each of these snap buttons. So you just press it on. There we go. Okay. So now get ready to put it on. So of course you have all your scrubs on and everything. Okay, so again, you want to make sure before you put it on, you want to get it at the largest distance first, just because you're going to need to get this under your chin when it comes around. So I noticed, this was actually a good example. I had actually hooked it up and this was on the inside. Yeah. This is something you do not want to do. So you don't want your cord going right against where it's going to be fitting on your face. So you actually want the cord loose and free. And then of course the cord will just drop into the scrub pocket, or you can clip it on. There's a good clip here on your waist of your pants. You got to have a good. It's pretty heavy, so wear a good top. Okay. So then you just put it on, and then you grab this chin part here and just pull it down, and then I'm going to reach under it and tighten that up. And then I'm going to do my test, and it's kind of wobbly, still wobbly. Okay. So the cord goes under, right?
Okay.
Under everything.
Yep.
And so I'll have scrubs on, then I'll have my the Capr on, and then the
And then
gown
scrub
on.
in, and then put on the gown. Yeah.
Yeah, and then gloves.